Hello, crowd, and welcome to something new, something different. I'm kind of excited about this. It's something I've been thinking about doing for a little while. Just let me make sure all my things are up and running here. Looking good. Recording. Okay, cool. Last minute, like, double checks. Okay, yeah, so this is, I'm going to play Hearthstone. This is something I love. I love playing Hearthstone. Hearthstone's something that I, generally just love to do in my free time. And I was always thinking like I should record Hearthstone. Like I never recorded anything off my computer before, so I was thinking, you know, that'd be weird. But it's also like that would be weird. It'd be weird for me to do something new and different on my computer, but it's also exciting at the same time. Also, I'm wearing pretty good sound canceling headphones, so I can't really hear myself talk. It's kind of distracting a little bit, but this computer I have now does not have speakers, so let's go ahead, and what we're gonna do in this installment is kind of just show you guys, if you're not familiar with Hearthstone, I'm just gonna show you what Hearthstone's all about, show you like the basics. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to build a new deck, and we're gonna just take it into practice mode and play against a bot. Why do I have a new card? What is this new card? Oh, can't get distracted. Let's just go. Let's build a new deck. Just gonna use basic. No, not priest. Where is he? Here he is. Mage. All right. Just gonna do some classic mage. Missing pyroblast and this. So okay. So if you don't know what Hearthstone is, it's a card game. If you do, well, let me just put the pretense in that if you do know what Hearthstone is, I should be uploading a different video with what I want to do with this game in the future. And that will like explain, you know, what I plan to do when recording this game and uploading it. This is more so if you don't know what Hearthstone is, I'm just going to explain to you, give you the basics of the game. So, you know, if you don't have any interest in that, you know what Hearthstone is, go ahead and skip to that video. The video will, link will be in the description. If you're interested to see what Hearthstone is, then you're in the right spot. Okay, so what I just did was I went to my collection to build a new deck because I'm just going to use a basic deck here. Except for I don't have this card. So, you know, these are kind of recipes. So I clicked on it and it filled up my whole deck with things that the game thinks is pretty decent for a classic mage deck. Except for these two blue ones on the right, which I don't have. So what I do is I click on those and then it suggests these two cards to the right. The Bone Mare and the Primordial Drake. And I can click one of these, and they will replace this card on the left. This card's really good. I just don't have it. I could craft it if I wanted to, but I'm very stingy with the things I craft. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get the Bone Mare because I feel like that's a better pick. And Pyroblast. Let's choose Blizzard. Okay, so none of that was really important right now. So we got Classic Mage. Deck is built. So, you know, when you start Hearthstone, you're at the main screen. Just gonna go to a solo adventure, and we're gonna go to practice, just normal. And we're gonna choose not Bill's Knee Groove, which all my decks have kind of weird names. Most of them, I should say, some of them. We're gonna choose Classic Mage, the deck we just built, and we're gonna go against the Paladin. So, you know, Hearthstone's a card game, which I should have said in the first spot. I'm not good at explaining things. It's a card game I've probably been playing for 3-4 years, I want to say. And the whole objective is to kill your opponent, obviously. Everyone starts at 30 health. And you have these cards here, up the top left here. That's their mana cost. So this costs 1, that costs 1, that costs 2, that costs 7. There's different types of cards. Mostly it's minions and spells. See here, these all have like the little, like, I guess you could say colored in bottoms. And also they don't have any toughness or damage. That's right here. That is the amount of damage that a creature will do. That is the toughness it has. So you can tell, like, this is a creature. She's really good for this deck because you see your spells cost 1 less. And this is really good. This is really good for the beginning of the game. So I'm just going to mulligan these cards now. Well, the ones I don't want. And the only one I don't want here is Flame Strike, because it's a little expensive to put into our starting hand. So we're just going to go click that guy and see here. It'll be like, that's going to be replaced. You can replace all of them. You can replace none of them. However you feel comfortable, whatever you want to do. I'm going to replace that. I'm going to hit confirm. It's going to go ahead, pop out a new one. That's really good. So, see, the Paladin's actually going first. So that's why I have 4 cards and he had 3. And he drew a card. So you always draw a card. He started with 3. I started with 4. The benefit to starting first, though, is you see this down here. That is our mana. That is what we use to play spells and creatures. You get 1 every turn. So turn 1 you have 1, turn 2 you have 2, turn 3 you have 3, up until turn 10, and then it caps out at 10. The benefit to going first is, you know, you get to go first. So he could have played something and, excuse me, like if you're running like an aggressive deck, then, you know, you want to go first. You don't get to choose, though. It always just flips. I think that the benefit is going second is a lot greater because you get the extra card and this gets put into your hand. So it kind of gives you a boost. So you gain 1 mana crystal this turn only. So it kind of gives you a chance to like catch up if you're falling behind a little bit. And, what we're going to do is here, we're just going to beat the Paladin best we can with our classic deck. All I'm going to do is I'm going to say hi to him by right-clicking on my character. He's not going to say anything because he's a dickhead, and also he's an AI, and they don't know how to talk to people. They're very socially awkward. They're very social would not be the correct way to say that. They don't know how to talk to people. They're very social people. And that is a really good card against this deck. So the reason I want against Paladin is because it's kind of great. Because I should explain hero powers. What are you doing? What are you doing, Shakepool? Every hero has a hero power. He just used his. I'm about to use mine. His, right here, it costs 2. All hero powers cost 2 for your basic characters. It's called Reinforce. He summons a 1/1 Silver Hand Recruit. Mine costs 2. Deals 1 damage. So it's kind of like a good way. It's kind of a good way to shut down Paladin deck is using the Mage deck for your basic decks. Hearthstone's at such an advanced place now. It's like hero powers really, basic hero powers don't really matter as much. I mean, they're like, it's more about which class has the better cards, not so much the hero power. So we're just gonna keep bopping them. Because you don't want him to build up an army, because you see here, that's kind of how his basic deck plays. Your other minions have +1 attack, so you don't really want to let him get a lot of minions. You kind of want to stay on top of that. What we're going to do now is we're going to play Sorcerer's Apprentice, the one that makes our spells cost 2 less. So this is going to cost 2, and then see here, this costs 2. What? Nah! Now it costs 1. So, and then our one drop spells cost 0. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to get a little cocky and we're going to play this. Let me let you read it. Deal 3 damage, randomly split among all enemies. So if this hits that orc guy at least once, we can just pop him off with our hero power and saving a pretty good card. And it hit him twice. So then we can just go ahead and take our fireball and hit him in the Paladin in the face, dealing 2 total damage. Oh, that son of a bitch. Okay, so he killed my Sorcerer's Apprentice. And he got the draw card off of it. And he's played Light Justice, which is not a bad weapon. It's not really good for this, specifically. What we're going to do is we're going to play our Water Elemental. And I think I'm just going to pass. I could play these guys. I'll do it just in case. God forbid he has someone with a charge. Alright, so let's take one of those guys out. Let's take the other guy out. So, I should have explained that. The mirror entry thing I just played. If you look over here to the left, you can see this is like a tracking of things that we've played recently. So that was what I played there. And it summoned 0/2 minions with taunt. That's what it did. And that's what happened. Taunt means that they have to attack that minion before they can attack me. Which is really good, considering, you know, he has a weapon. And he could have something with haste, basically, if you play Magic the Gathering. If you don't play Magic the Gathering, it's called charge in this, and it just means that they can hit you as soon as they come out. Because normally minions take a turn to, you know, attack. Like when he played this guy, he dealt 2 damage, but he wasn't able to attack like I am now. So I'm going to attack him, Uh-oh, what's this? He got frozen. If you look at our little character here, freeze any character damaged by this minion. So now, since he's frozen, he can't attack on his turn. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this, deal 3 damage to a character and freeze it. Right there. And that's actually going to kill him, so we don't even have to worry about him. Put a fireball to his face, and then we pass the turn. He played another one. Alright. So in Hearthstone, you can only have 2 copies, a minimum of each card. So we know he has no more of these in his deck. And what we're going to do is kind of just exactly what we did last turn. So we're just going to... Whoa, easy there. Freeze. And then we're going to pop this minion and hit him in the face. So you can tell a basic mage deck is kind of like a really big stall fest. You know, you're really just trying to, you know, be in total control of the game and make this shit last as long as possible. Because, you know, if you just keep picking off their minions, eventually they're going to have nothing left. And then that's when you just come in with your fireballs and whatnot and just pop them off. Alright, so we're going to play another water elemental. That's a really good pick right now. And we're going to just... stay in total control, freeze him, deal 1 damage to that guy, and pass the turn. Also, you can only use your hero power once a turn. Should have said that. I did not. So you can't just spam it. There are minions that let you do crazy stuff with your hero power, like use it multiple times a turn. There's ones that make it cost nothing. There's ways to manipulate it, is what I'm trying to say. But we don't have any of that because it's a basic deck. So, looks like he played a 6/5 taunt minion and then gave it +3 to its attack. Normally, this would be really bad, because we only have 6 damage we can deal with our minions, 7 with our hero power. But, you know, we gotta, like, basically, if we attacked here and here, he'd kill our minions, and, you know, we'd just be killing 1 minion. It's not a good trade. That's 2 for 1. That's no good. That's no good. We don't want that. So, we look into our hand, see what we got. Whoa, what's this? Deal 6 damage. Huh. It's pretty great. Let's just take this, drag it over here, kill this guy. And then we're going to take our hero power to this 2/1. And now we are in complete control of the board, and we're just kicking this paladin's ass. Alright, so he played 2/4. Battle Cry. You know, he's got a lot of Battle Cry effects. Battle Cry means when it comes out, and when you play that minion, it does something. It does the thing that it says on the card. So he played this card, it dealt 3 damage to me because I'm the enemy hero. Played this card, he drew a card. It's decent. And what we're going to do is, I'm thinking about just a Flame Strike, because I don't see this getting much more value than 3 characters. So, just going to drag it here. Dealt, see if you see here, deal 4 damage to all enemy minions. They were at 4 health, 4 health and 2 health. So it dealt 4 to all of them, killing them. It looks like we're just going to stop this guy because we have game in our hand. Oh wait, that's 9, 10, so we have 10 in our hand now. Okay, healed. Yeah, 12 cards in this deck, we have 15. Ooh, that is a really good card. Okay, so let's just get a little cocky here. We're just gonna play the Mana Worm. Alright, so this guy here, see, he has like a little like lightning bolt. That means he has an active effect. So it's an effect that activates based on something, whatever the card says. So you can see, whenever you cast a spell, gain +1 attack. So it's a 1 for a 1/3, which is already pretty good value. But then, you know, we're just going to play this again because we have another one. Right? Maybe not. Maybe we should save it. Maybe because we can just turn this guy and trade and... Nah, I'm gonna get cocky. So we're just gonna clear it. And then we're gonna freeze him and deal... Oh no, let's not deal 1. We're actually gonna play our coin. Now what's cool here is this is technically a spell. So when we play it, our little Mana Worm guy gets +1 attack. So it's a nice little benefit for 0. And now that we have 3 mana, because of that coin, we can play Arcane Intellect, which lets us draw 2 cards. Pretty fucking snazzy, if I don't say so myself. Alright, so we pretty much got him on the rope here, because we got... I can deal 14 to him right now. There's 7 on the board, and I got 6, 7 in my hand. But we're going to keep going, just because, why not? We can show you some more effects. So right here, this is another spell. It's called a Secret. So it's basically... It's almost like a trap card if you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! If you have not played Yu-Gi-Oh! Then it just, I play it, and a little question mark will come up, and when he does something to trigger this secret, it will be revealed what it is. So it says after your opponent plays a minion, I summon a copy of it. So what we'll do is, I don't know if we want to do that right now or not. We don't want to do that right now. We can. Okay. So, you know, we'll clear this. We'll clear this. And then we'll play this so you guys can see a secret. So boom, a secret. What? So that stays there. He can't see what I played now. We can, because we played it. You know, we hover over it. It'll show us. It says here, after your opponent plays a minion, summon a copy of it. And we're going to keep him on lockdown. We're not going to hit him with the mana worm, are we? We will. Why not? And then we'll end the turn. I could have just killed him. I know that. This is really good. Okay, so he played a 6/6. And it gives all of his minions +1/+1. It's not that great for him, but he's probably just desperate right now. Me, on the other hand, is fantastic because I have these great minions. What we'll do is we're just going to play with him and just hurt him hit him where it hurts. So we're going to play our Sorcerer's Apprentice. And we're going to deal 2 damage to all of his minions and freeze them. And then we will also deal 3 damage randomly split between all enemies. And we'll just hit this guy with a fireball. And we will freeze him, because why not? Again, I know I could kill him. I'll just let it play out. So deal 1 damage, so he just dealt to my mana worm. Okay. So, ooh, that is really good for this right now. Let's turn this guy into a sheep. So right there, like it said on the card, transfer him into a 1/1 sheep, you know, and then we're actually going to just hit him for 1, making all of his minions lose their +1/+1 bonus effect, and we'll just do some simple trades here because I don't want to kill him. Not yet. I know I could. I could have also just. Hit him with my hero power, which would have killed him. But, you know, I can do that at any time. But I kind of want... Ooh, this is good. We're gonna destroy his weapon. Awesome. So that... I keep realizing I'm not slowing down for you guys. Destroy your opponent's weapon. Battle cry. So that's what we just did there. We'll play the Archmage, because why not? Gives us spell damage +1, which is a pretty cool effect. Oh, he played another one. That son of a bitch. So spell damage +1 is kind of exactly what it sounds like. It makes all of our spells do +1 damage. So that one for randomly dealing 3 damage to all minions, that would, ooh, nice draw. That would actually now do 4 damage to all minions. So since we got this again, we can actually just go ahead and play it, and it'll destroy his weapon. So now he has nothing he could do. So he's just going off the top of a card right now. 2/5, that's not bad. It's got charge. He can hit me in my face, and that's about it. Okay, cool. He chose to try and kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is not smart because at this point, the Sorcerer's Apprentice, the spells cost 1 less. That's not really helping us anymore. So let's actually just sacrifice the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Don't really need her. And we can show you that the Bone Mare effect. So see, Battle Cry, give a friendly minion +4/+4 in taunt. So you can just go ahead and do it to this guy. Now it's a 14/7 with taunt. And if you're wondering why some of the cards are like golden backgrounds and some don't, like this one doesn't here, and this one does. You should get golden cards just out of packs. Their basic cards don't. Basic cards aren't really. You get golden cards. You get golden versions of basic cards just by leveling up your hero. You usually level up your hero by playing games with them. It's really simple stuff. Just go ahead and make another swap here. Just keep ending. So the reason that I'm just letting this run now is because I just want to show you guys what happens. I'm just trying to make sure you see as much basic cards as possible and what happens when a character runs out of cards. So just swap again, right? Right. I'm just gonna keep doing that. So I kind of wanted to show you guys a spell damage thing. I don't know if I mean, I should be able to draw a spell before he does, right? Okay, that's not really gonna... So what we're gonna actually do here is kill our own minion. Because we can do that, because this can target our minions and our hero. And we're not going to play another one, because now we have a secret for when he plays a minion, we get a copy of that minion. So if our board was full of minions, which it was at 7, you can't play another minion. So if he played a minion and we had 7 minions, our secret nothing would happen. So we'll just swap here, kill the boar, and we'll play this guy. Because now we have spell damage here and spell damage here. And am I really not going to draw another damage spell? Because that is kind of ridiculous. Oh, give me Divine Shield. Okay, so Divine Shield's good. That, see how he has that, like, little, he's encrusting gold or whatever. That means whatever, the next bit of damage he takes won't actually hurt him. So if I attacked him with this 15-5, he would take 0 damage, this character, and he would actually kill my character. So what we can do here, though, is just get this deal 1 damage right there. He takes 0, but the Divine Shield is gone, and we can just make a swap. And let's draw 2 cards. Now we're out of cards. Oh, wow, there was really no more damage cards in the deck. Okay, so let's just play another little minion, attack here, and we'll just end the turn. So he's got 1 card left. So when you're out of cards, all you can do, which you'll see when I draw, is you take damage. Out of cards, take 1 damage. So it's called fatigue, if you saw it on there. Every time you draw a card, you take damage based on how many cards you drew. So the first card you draw when you're out of cards, you take 1. Second card, you take 2. Third card, you take 3. Fourth is 4. 5 is 5. So that stacks. So there's actually a lot of decks that make you draw cards, you know, milling, if you're familiar with the term, until you get to the very end, and then you're just out of cards, and they make you draw cards, and you're taking 1 damage, and then 3 damage when you draw your second card, because 2 plus 1, 3, yes. And then you take 6 damage when you draw your third card, and it just stacks, and it kind of really hurts. But since he is out of cards, and he is at 1 health, and he did not play his fucking card for some reason, I don't understand why, we win the game no matter what now. Because we can't kill ourselves, and he's going to die once you draw that cards. But instead of doing that, it's much more satisfying to hit him with the 17-5, putting him at -16. And then he blows up. So that's kind of like the general concept of the game. You know, for now that you're familiar with it, maybe you can go and watch the other video I uploaded, which I'll explain now. The reason I wanted to do Hearthstone was because whenever I watch people play Hearthstone, and I mean, I don't watch it a lot, but I here and there, it's usually like kind of like an elitist mindset. It's like a lot of people you see who play card games. From my experience, I played a lot of Magic the Gathering back in the day, Hearthstone now, and I feel like the community can be kind of elitist and rude, I guess. Which, I mean, not everybody, but it just feels that way whenever I'm playing somebody or watching somebody. You know, it's like, oh wow, you have like X, Y, and Z in your deck, what are you doing? Or wow, look at this idiot playing this on turn this. And it's not really fun, which I think is like the whole feeling behind Hearthstone. Is it's not, you know, you can take it seriously, obviously, but there's a lot of card effects that do wacky stuff, and it's not meant to be taken too seriously, in my opinion. So I kind of wanted to start this because I don't take the game seriously at all. Like, I play it, I have fun with it. Mainly what I do is, if you look down here, if you play Hearthstone, you'll notice my shit tons amount of gold. All I really do is I do quests, and if you don't know what a quest is, I'll click this here. Bada bing, bada boom. It says it right here. Look at that. So this gives you all kind of stats. You know, it says, oh, your arena wins. This is probably pathetic considering I've been playing it for 4 years. I don't do the arena often. Up to the left, you'll see your ranked wins, which, no, that's just total wins in general. That's a lot, but considering I've been playing as much as I play, that's not a lot. This is your rank for the season. Every month is a new season, so you know you get like rank 19 is usually where I land. I don't try and get too far past rank 19. I get there and I kind of just settle. and then you open your chest at the end of the season. So like the way that kind of works is at the end of a ranked season, based on how well you do, you get a chest. The better you do, the better the chest, the better the stuff in the chest. I normally just get like a pack of cards or something like that, but it's nothing great because I normally get at 19, and 19 you start at 25, I think is the lowest, so 19's not great. And then here you see your levels for your characters. So you see like all your characters can level up, and every time you level them up, you just get you see it's called Golden Swipe is a card for the Druid class. You get a Golden Swipe. That's those gold versions of the cards I was playing. Obviously, you can see I play Mage a lot. Hunter, second most. That was the deck I first started with. Yeah, but none of this I really pay attention to. I mean, I do and I don't. I pretty much log onto Hearthstone specifically to do quests. So you can see there's little quests here. They have different titles, like the Meek shall inherit. This is the amount of gold it's worth. It's worth 40 gold. And it says play 30 minions that cost 2 or less. So normally what I try and do with Hearthstone is I just let these quests build, because you can have 3 at a time. You get 1 every day. And then I just try and get them all in the most effective way as possible. And it kind of turns into like some silly situations sometimes, because like you can see right here, this is a great example. That's why I wanted to start this today. In the middle, I have Warrior Victory, win 3 games with the Warrior. And on the right, I have Murgulurgur, play 30 Murlocs. So it actually kind of works out because Murlocs tend to be cheap. So this and this kind of go together. So play 30 minions that cost 2 or less. Murlocs tend to be like 2 or less creatures, like 3. There's a few 5 drops, maybe 1 or 2 6 drops. Most of them are cheap. So what I would do is I would build normally I'd build a warrior deck, and I would go fill it with cheap Murlocs, and I would play against other people just to try and get these challenges done as quickly as possible. And that's kind of what I want to do with Hearthstone. So it's gonna be called Quest, either Quest Zone or Hearth Quest. I don't really Quest Stone sounds stupid. Hearth Quest, Quest Hearth, Hearth Log, Hearthstone is the name of the game. So it's gonna be called something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna take it seriously. You know, a Murloc Warrior deck is not something that you would play to try and win. It's not in the meta. So, I mean, I'm going to probably get my ass kicked. But what I'll do is, I'll play with the Murlocs until I get these 2 cards unlocked, or these 2 quests unlocked. And then I'll probably just, go back to like a normal Warrior deck to try and win that way. To get this one, unless I do win playing the Murloc decks, which is possible, because like I said, there's other decks out there where people play for funsies, not serious, so it can happen. The reason that I do this is because I save my gold to because you can use your gold to buy packs. Like you see here, this is the current one. You can buy with 100 gold, or you can use real money. And I've never spent money on Hearthstone. I bought one thing in this whole game, and if you're an avid follower of Hearthstone, you'll know, you have noticed it already. It's this right here. This. I bought this. It's a character skin. He was available as a special promotion. It was, I think, $5 to buy this character skin. I liked the way he looked. I liked these his hero interactions, and the $5 went to I think pandas, to help rescue pandas, which I thought was kind of neat. So it was like donating money, but you also got a cool character skin. This is the normal character skin for the mage, which I still love. Jaina, she's still great. She's great. But I don't, I use this one over here, because I don't know. It's exclusive, and I'm kind of a dick about it. So, yeah. That's kind of the basics to Hearthstone. There's obviously a lot much more. Like, I didn't even get to crafting, which I can explain really quick, I guess. If I go to my collection, if you look, you have, like, all your fracking cards right here, right? In the down right corner, you'll see this. Arcane Dust. And what you could do is you can make cards with your dust. Where am I doing? Okay, over here. Okay. I don't normally do this like, crafting. There it is. So, you can see, like, all these solid cards are ones that I have. If you have 2 copies of them, it doesn't let you make any more because you can only use 2 at a time, so it's completely pointless to have 3 or 4. Just wasting your mana or your arcane dust. So if I have 1, it will let me like create for 400, disenchant, and I'll get 100. So that's kind of how you can make get better cards without spending money in the game. I don't really disenchant things unless I have 3 copies of them. It's kind of wasteful. I'm sure people will hate on me for that. But so you can see here, like, I don't have this one. It's invisible. So if I click on it, it won't let me disenchant it. But I can create it for 1600 dust. And I have a lot of dust right now. And the fact that I can build 1 legendary card for 1600 kind of shows you how hard it is to, you know, craft up legendaries. It takes a little while. Like, here's a rare. You know, rares cost like 100. You know, this is epic. They create 400. There's another one, I think, in there. They just go legendary after that. Nah, it's legendary after that. So that's 1600. Yep. So, you know, I do have some good cards and some good decks. Like, I pulled this out of a pack. But I never spent money on the game, so I'm kind of proud of that fact. I've never bought a pack with money. So I mean, if that's something, you know, if this kind of interests you, if you think it'd be fun to watch me like just mess around and, you know, build a shitty deck and play against people who are better than me and they'll kick my ass, then feel free. Here, you know, we'll open this pack real quick. It's the last thing of Hearthstone, because I did not explain. There's Tavern Brawls, which is the other option up here. There's also the Arena. The Arena is kind of, they give you 3 cards to pick from. And then you choose one of those cards. The other 2 get, like, thrown away, essentially. And you do that until you build a 30-card deck. You also choose a hero to go with it. And then you can get prizes based on how well you do. So if you, like, you know, I think it's like 10 wins. If you get like 10 wins, that's the maximum. Your arena run will end. You'll get like a really good reward at the end of it. I don't do it because I don't really do well at these things. So I usually get like, I think 3 or 4 wins is my max. But Tavern Brawl is something that's fun. See, it says right there, play a new challenge on a weekly basis. And then it'll give you like an idea of what it is here. Like, summoners from across the world have come to compete. When you cast a spell on a random minion of the same cost to summon for you. So every time that we were casting a spell in that game we just played, a minion would have came out. Like when I dropped that 1 cost guy who gave me 2 taunts, I would have gotten a random minion that cost 1 from any deck, anywhere. You know, it could have been a great, it could have been a shitty, it's whatever. But when you beat that, the first time you beat that every week, they give you an old school pack of cards. At this point, I don't get new cards from here. But when you get a pack of cards, you know, you can wave it around. Whoa, check it out. You drop it here, and then it opens. Whoa, cards. And then you click one, and then you're like, whoa, that's what that is. Now you now own that card. And you now own this card, and this card, and this card, and this card. And I'm pretty sure all of these are duplicates. So hit done. Then I go to my collection, and then we'll actually show, see this little shaking in the corner here? Crafting. Disenchant extra cards. So, okay, so one of those wasn't a duplicate. The rare. I only had one of that guy, I guess. So, what it's basically saying is those cards I just got, I already had 2 copies of 4 of them. So now that I have 3 copies, I can disenchant the 3rd because it's just useless to have it. It doesn't make sense. You can't do anything with a 3rd card. So it just, you can disenchant it, the 4 of them, and you'll get 20 points to your arcane dust. And that's kind of how you get arcane dust to build better cards. You can also just go through and, you know, do it yourself. Here's the one guy we got. We only had 1 of them. Now I have 2 of them. I could disenchant him for another 20 if I want it. I'm going to keep him just because I know I'm never going to, but I kind of hope to one day just have as much as possible. I am not somebody who gets rid of their cards, which probably, again, drives someone crazy who's like, oh, if you're not using that card, why the fuck are you keeping it? You can disenchant it and get something better with it. Well, I don't know. I just like it. Oh, that's a new card from the new set. Don't worry about that. That's confusing. So, there you go. So, if that's something that interests you, go over and watch that video. If not, you can go tell me to fuck myself in the comments. Either way, I'll be uploading it, and it will be there. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. It's the first time I've recorded off a computer. Now that I have, like, a computer that can actually run games decently and record things at the same time decently. Pretty excited. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did or didn't in the comments below. And I'll see you, hopefully, over at the next video where I'll be doing these quests. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and please remember to always stay stoned. That's my catchphrase. It has nothing to do with smoking weed. It's just an inside joke between friends that's gotten way too carried away at this point. I'm sorry.